Hello, fellow Geekus. This is Ginger Geekus. Welcome to a Tuesday video. How y'all doing today? Hopefully it's going good. I'm only doing one videos on this Thursday and Tuesday of this week. After this video, I'm going to begin cleaning and also laying down because I'm going to have a really long Wednesday. But today is going to be a top 10 Tuesday. Now, my video on my heroes list got the most views for Marvel. DC's was a little lacking, but it's understandable because most people that watch me know that I like Marvel more. I watch DC, but I only like a certain amount of people, so I'll have to probably talk more about DC in singular videos. So today, I did my male heroes, and I will do my female heroes later. I have to really do a new list on that, because it's going to take a lot, because if I do it right now, most of them are going to be the X-Men. Yeah, really hard. But today, we're going to do my top 10 villains of Marvel. Top 10 villains of Marvel. And we're going to go with males. I have a list right here. We're going to begin, and hope y'all enjoy the list. Alright, Actually, hold on. I'm back. Hold on. I'm top 11 now. Yeah, I forgot to write somebody down. I actually like a lot of villains from Marvel, so... Okay, it's now top 10. It's now top 11. Let's start with number 11, guys. Ultron is my number 11. Not really much is known to me. I like Ultron, but he's not utilized at the most. It's mostly just a dad complex for him, and, yeah. Ultron can be good, and in the Avengers 2 movie, they kind of used him, and he could have been a lot more scary, but pretty much Ultron, to me, the only thing that's good from him is Vision came into existence because of Ultron. Ultron is a good villain, and he sometimes can be different, but he kind of has the same agenda. That's why he's number 11, guys. Number 10, Juggernaut. Juggernaut has had an up and down relationship of being a hero and a villain. He's not a mutant, though he is surrounded by mutants, so he's kind of classified as a mutant sometimes, which is not good because his powers are strictly magic-based. King Marco has the bad thing that he's been in the teams of he's been in the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, and in certain realities of Marvel, he is a hero. Now, in the main 616, he's never really been a hero. He's kind of dabbled in a little bit when the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants was Brotherhood, well, they call themselves the Brotherhood of Mutants now, not Evil Mutants. And they were doing some good things, and he was just kind of thrown into it. In one alternate timeline, he has a son that actually has powers, and he becomes a hero. So, who knows, maybe Juggernaut will surprise us. He is now the Juggernaut again after Fear itself. So, who knows? Alright, number 9, Mr. Sinister. Mr. Sinister is a good villain, only thing is he needs to be utilized more. The movies could utilize him much more, and it would make Fox's X-Men movies 10 times better. Mr. Sinister is one messed up guy who likes to experiment on mutants, and he is pretty much immortal due to Apocalypse. Mr. Sinister, I feel, has a more compelling villain story than Apocalypse. Apocalypse is cool, but he's much more than what you assume. And hopefully Mr. Sinister will get more in the next X-Men movie, because this latest X-Men movie was really lacking. I was happy for some of the reimagined characters, but I was really upset with the other stuff. But alright, let's move on to number 7 is Magneto. Magneto is the very first mutant villain that you think of. He has been in certain timelines a hero, and in the 616 he even dabbled in being a hero and helping lead the X-Men for a short amount of time. Basically, as I can say it, is he has a lot of villainous tendencies, but he can kind of get out of that. Magneto could be a great person. He just has this ideal in view because of what happened in his past. And he will not change his view or ideal because of what happened in his past. He will always respect Charles Xavier, and even in the new Marvel, Magneto is still there, but it's a little different, and now they've debunked that he's not the father of Quicksilver and Wanda because of reasons. Fox owns them now. So, yeah, it's a little bit weird. They're not really utilizing him a lot because mutants are kind of on the down low. But anyways, number 6, Dr. Otto Octavius. He's not my best Spider-Man villain, but he's kind of up there. Peter is a scientist that he idolized, another genius who, in one case, Peter could have become that man. But Otto got discouraged and he turned his life to crime. Otto has done a lot of stuff. He's married Aunt May, he's fought Peter, he's led the Sinister Six, he's almost pretty much died, and he took over Peter Parker's body. It was one of the interesting stories that he wanted to feel like he could be a superhero, but Dr. Octavius is still there in the background being maniacal, and now he's a robot, and it makes no sense to me whatsoever. But Dr. Octavius is one of the best Spider-Man villains. He kind of did a lot of stuff to Peter, so he never really knew who Peter is. So, anyways, number 5 is the Mandarin, and we're talking about the actual Mandarin, not the one that was in Iron Man 3 that then they retconned and basically showed in a short that there's an actual Mandarin, which will probably never be shown since Robert Downey Jr. will probably be done with Iron Man very soon. Sorry if I'm ruining fantasies that Robert Downey Jr. could be Iron Man for all time. He can't. It's just not going to happen. Maybe he'll be introduced in another thing. Maybe they'll have somebody, Mandarin will pop out, and maybe Iron Man will have one final ride after the Infinity. Maybe. Who knows? But Mandarin is an amazing character who stole alien technology, and he rules his part of China with an iron fist. And basically it was technology versus mysticism, which was really cool. Mandarin also never really gets along with any of the other villains, including Doctor Doom. He never gets along with anybody. It's hilarious because he basically knows that there can't be too many chiefs and not enough Indians, so he knows that he's not going to cave to whatever other villains are going to say, so it's better that he doesn't, help out. So, he's a very big loner. So, he's kind of like Tony in that, because sometimes Tony likes to be a loner. But, moving on, number 4, the Green Goblin. Now, the Green Goblin is by far probably one of the best interpretations of a supervillain for Peter to face. He was maniacal, and he figured out Peter's identity, and he wanted it, and it took forever for Norman to become, that. Norman is always going to be known as the Green Goblin. It doesn't matter what he becomes, Iron Patriot and all this other stuff. He's a villain, and everybody knows that he can go off the deep end at any moment in time. The Green Goblin has been portrayed by multiple people. The 4th one, I believe, was a hero, which was weird, and also in another timeline, he became a hero. The Green Goblin that I'm talking about is mostly the very first one, is Norman Osborn, and he was creepy and crazy. Let's call him the equivalent of Batman's Joker. He just wanted to do everything that he possibly could to make Spider-Man's life a living hell, and once he figured out it was Peter Parker, he really knew what to do. And, some of the best issues of Spider-Man's, comic land have happened because of that. So, anyways, we're going to move to number 3, and number 3 is Loki. Loki is by far one of the best Avengers villains, probably tied with Kang the Conqueror, but he's kind of moved away from just the Avengers. Kang's not even on my list because they don't really use him very well, plus, yeah, I've liked him, but his story gets way too much retcon and all this other stuff, and it just never makes sense. Loki is by far one of the best villains because you don't really know he's a villain. Sometimes he is a hero, sometimes he kind of does what he wants to do, and most of the time he is a villain, and he wants to do stuff to people. He's a trickster god. I mean, you have a really good villain when people are questioning themselves because they're like, oh, he's a really cool villain. I like his character because Tom Hiddleston was playing him, and people love him playing Loki. He's one of the best parts of the movies. Besides Chris Hemsworth playing Thor, which the second movie was crap, and Thor Ragnarok looks like it's going to be freaking fantabulous. I mean, they're showing little jokes, and Hulk's going to be in it, and we got Gladiator Hulk. I'm so stoked to see what Loki is going to be in this, because supposedly this is going to be Loki's last, ride or something like that. Who knows? Marvel might not do it because Tom is probably one of the best parts of the cinematic universe. People love him even though he is a villain. They love him because he's so charismatic, and that is exactly what Loki is in the comic books. Alright, we're getting down to the wire, guys. Number 2 is Thanos. Thanos is basically somebody who wants to be a god. He wants to date death. He wants to marry death. And he's done many, many creepy and crazy things in Marvel to do what he's done. He tries to answer to no one. He has fought the elders of the universe. He's become eternity and destroyed the galaxy. He's broed up with Deadpool, even though they both like the same girl. He has done so many stuff, but he is a villain. He was introduced first in an Iron Man thing, and he was a robot. But Thanos is one of those creepy villains that you kind of are a little scared because he has all this crazy amounts of power because of what he is. And I can't wait to see him in the cinematic universe. Josh Brolin looks like he's going to be doing it fantabulously. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen. I'm really hoping for a lot of superheroes that deal with Thanos to pop in, and maybe that'll be cool because I just want to see Thanos get the time he's deserved. But anyways, alright, before we go to number 1, let's go through all of this list that I came up with, and hopefully you guys remember. Okay, number 11 was Ultron. Number 10 was Juggernaut. Number 9 was Mr. Sinister. Number 8... Ooh, I skipped number 8. Wow, I am very, very... Oof. Okay, Venom is on this list as well as a Spider-Man villain. He's low because he's not really done very well. And so far, the better Venom is a superhero, so that's probably why I just skipped him on the list. But anyways, you've got Magneto, Dr. Octavius, the Mandarin, Green Goblin, Loki, Thanos. And guys, here is my number 1. My one-all, be-all if I'm reading Marvel, and this is the reason why half of the stuff that Fox does makes me upset. It's Doctor Doom. What other villain can you state that has his own country, that he rules with an iron fist, that people love him even though he rules with an iron fist? He has made the country what it is, and what other villain can you state that basically his one rule is he has the same thing. He wants world domination. Dr. Doom is a character that could become one of the greatest minds of Marvel. He will not allow his ego to get out of the way. He is a ruler of his own country. He has fought against Reed. Apparently they're related also at a certain point in time. In certain time frames, he's been a good guy and he's been a hero. In the new Marvel now, he is not scarred and he is going to be the infamous Iron Man, which I don't know how that's going to go unless he's going to try to give Tony a bad name. Even though it seems like Victor Von Doom in this new Enlightenment is trying to atone for what he has done, since it's Latveria is not being governed by him specifically. He is second in line to Sorcerer Supreme, so technically he is a supervillain, but is second in line to Sorcerer Supreme. He has battled with the heroes to help things. He has battled against the heroes to cause things. There is nobody like Doctor Doom, I feel, in any other thing. Doctor Doom is an archetype of a villain, and I love him for it. That's why I get so upset and flustered that Fox just cannot seem to get Doctor Doom right. Hopefully Doctor Doom will make his way to Marvel so that they can do something with him better than what Fox has done. Fox has just really tarnished the name, and I will say it, the newest one was just so bad. Fox, they just could have done so much better. But anyways, guys, that was my top 10 male Marvel villains list. I will try to do a female version of this list, but it's really hard because there are a lot of female villains also in Marvel. There's a lot of villains in Marvel. There's way too many to go through right now. But anyways, that was this video. I hope you enjoyed this Tuesday top 10. If you liked this video a lot, please leave a comment below and tell me how I did or tell me how I screwed up. Write your list. Tell me who you think I should have had in my list. Please leave a like, share this video with all your fellow geekists out there, and this is the Ginger Geekist saying, my fellow geekists, stay frosty and stay out of trouble.